2% of all these plastics are recycled at a high quality today. And this means that we leave potentially 200 billion euros of value on the table annually. And the main reason for this is that there's more than 250 different plastic types that are not supposed to mix in plastic recycling. And if you can't tell what's in this mix, you can recycle efficiently and you can make high quality products. So the big question is, why can't we tell what's in this mix? It's because current quality control solutions are falling short. They're not accurate, they're not fit for the industry, or they're not fit for all plastics. Because currently in the industry we have on the one hand inline optical technologies, which are very fast but not at all accurate, or on the other hand we have laboratory technologies, which are fairly accurate but not at all fit for industrial purposes. And by the way, both of these technologies are not fit for all plastics. Luckily, we bridge the gap with our MATSCAN technology capable of doing a highly accurate analysis of all plastics and at an industrial scale, first of its kind. Our patented MATSCAN technology is the plug-and-play solution for quality control in the recycling industry. Our hardware-software solution has been validated by independent institutes like Fraunhofer Institute, both here in the Netherlands and abroad, and we've shown that the MATSCAN holds up to their standards. So how does it work in practice? The recycler runs their process, they take a sample, load it in our technology and our machine, hit start, and then we take over everything else. We run the measurement automatically, we collect the data and analyze it on our cloud database with our proprietary algorithms, and we post the results in an online dashboard where the customer can log in at any time from anywhere. And by automating this whole process, we take all the challenges of quality control out of the recycler's hands. So for the recycler, this means that they can optimize their incoming and outgoing material streams, they can optimize their process, and they can save time and energy while doing this. And in total, this adds up to effortless efficiency for the customer. And this is not just a promise, this is a reality, because we're doing this with more than 20 customers and growing. Mostly mechanical and chemical recycling companies, but also large brand owners and large chemical companies in the industry. Currently, we're basically functioning as an analytics and testing lab. So customers send us material which we analyze at a large scale, and our lab systems are already generating revenue. The next step for us is to do our industrial pilots, and I'm happy to announce that we will install our first pilot system within weeks from now, right here in the Netherlands at the Brightlands campus, where we will validate our technology further and prove the added value for the customer. The next step is to sell systems next year with added subscriptions for software and service. We're going at this in a high growth market where we initially completely focus on plastic recycling, but we have plenty of room to move laterally as well, to textiles, rubbers, metals and even batteries, where quality control is a huge issue and our technology is also applicable. Of course, we can only build this with our passionate entrepreneurial team of physicist founders who've invented this technology from scratch and commercial talents with plenty of industry experience to bring it to market. Last year we closed our pre-seed round, which we used to develop these industrial prototypes and install them in the field. And right now we are raising our seed round, which we will use to evolve our technology from prototype to product, sell and install the first systems that we actually deliver to the customer as final product, and we prepare the company for scaling. And we're still looking for investors to join this round, which we hope to close towards the end of this year. Together, we're making an impact in plastic recycling by ensuring that there's sufficient quality to recycle plastics not 0 times or 1 time, but actually 3 to 4 times with the same material. And we do this by becoming the #1 standard for quality control in the plastic recycling industry worldwide. Thank you.
Cool, Jeroen, thanks. So you have some room left in the 4 million round. I know that Michael is a big fan of doing impact investment. How could he help you?
Well, indeed, we still have room. We have about a third soft covered, soft committed, I would say. For the rest, we're still looking for investors, preferably also a new lead investor compared to our last round. If you are someone or know someone who can help us with that, that's absolutely welcome.
So before you make the investment, Michael, what's the burning question that you have for you?
Can you, first of all, sorry, the two funds that would be interesting for you are closed at the moment, so no money for me, at least not. But the Series A might be something interesting in 2027. Could you elaborate a little bit on your positioning in the value chain? So what are you actually, at the end, going to do, and what will others do for you?
Yeah, that's a very good question. It's a complicated question as well, because the value chain for plastic recycling is slightly different in each country. But let's stay with the Netherlands for now. Waste is collected, usually here by municipalities, pre-sorted, and then it goes to recycling installations where this waste is turned back into a resource. And that's the first point in the value chain where we add value. It's also where we prefer to be, because there you can not only improve the value of the material the most, but also where you can make the most impact, because that's where most material is actually discarded or burned. But from there onwards, towards basically the last step before production, anywhere between that space is where we can be with our technology. Because everywhere there they need input or output control, because at every step the material is physically changed.
Thanks. Sukaina, I saw you taking notes. Quite curious to hear what they say.
You're watching?
Just a doodle.
Is it on? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks Jeroen for the presentation. I have a few questions, but the main one I want to understand is, once you provide the data to your customers, will you have access to the data? And what are you going to do with it long term?
Yeah, thank you very much for that question. Indeed, we will keep access to the data. How our data flow works is, once a measurement is done, it goes to our cloud where we analyze it. And the recycler, most of them at least, don't actually want the raw data back. They just want the result, telling them what different percentage of different plastics are in the mix. And for them as well, the data set itself is worthless a few days after, because then the material has left their site and they cannot actually use it anymore. Long term, we're still exploring several strategies, but the key for all of them is the fact that once we have more machines out there, we will have a clear overview of what material is recycled where and what process is actually efficient for what recycling. That helps our customers because we can consult with them on, for example, carbon credits or the like, where if they want to do something with that, they need to know very well what they're actually processing. Or we can help through governmental organizations that are trying to optimize recycling rates in their country or region.
I hope that suffices. If it doesn't, then Jeroen is available for questions also during the drinks. So one more big round of applause for Jeroen.